My name is Marion Layton. It was always my dream to work with animals. I would have loved to have been a vet or a vet's receptionist, but I messed around at school and I left with no qualifications, so I did the next best thing, and I went to work in a slaughterhouse. In those days it was a very male industry, so I was the odd one out. But I showed that I wasn't afraid of the guts and the gore. And after my first blood, I was accepted as one of the men. Yes, it's a very interesting job. I did it for 40 years, and I know a cow inside and out, literally. We had a lot of sheep and pigs. We used to also put horses to sleep. I could tell you amazing things that are made from horses. They would make your eyes pop out. I've always been such a lover of animals, and I've never wanted to hurt them. So the way in a slaughterhouse is it's very, very humane. The welfare of the animals is upmost in our minds as we're electrocuting them and taking their guts out. I'm glad to say that on my watch, no animal suffered. It's quite shocking for anyone who doesn't know what to expect in a slaughterhouse. When they first come, people say, the smell. But you get used to it. You get used to a lot of smells, don't you? It's like my parents had extremely bad body odour and flatulence, and over the years I got used to that. In fact, I found it quite a calming influence, those smells. And so, at work as well, it became part and parcel of the job. Soon after working at the slaughterhouse, I became vegetarian. And people assume it's because I didn't like, the way that we treated the animals. But far from it. It was just I disliked the taste. Working in the slaughterhouse gave me freedom. I was earning enough money to live away from home. And don't get me wrong, I had lovely parents. It was just that, as we all know, there's something wonderful about having your own independence, your own home. I was able to afford a bedsit not far from the slaughterhouse. It was in that bedsit at the age of 17 when I became sexually aware, shall we say. And I realised that I was attracted to the same sex as myself, that is. I was attracted to other ladies, especially other ladies that looked a lot like men. But in those days, it was something that you hid. You didn't, as I say these days, come out. I was in my 50s when, in fact, I came out. It was a very big moment in my life. I wish actually I had the balls to come out to my parents. Unfortunately, by the time I did come out, they'd passed away, and that is one of my big life regrets, is that my parents never knew of my true sexuality. I think they might have wondered. Hints were dropped. They did wonder why I never brought a boy home for tea. It was always girls that I brought home. I don't know if they would have been shocked, but they came from a different generation. It wasn't something that you openly talked about, and they came from a generation where gay meant happy. And as far as they were concerned, I always was happy, so they wouldn't have picked up on me saying I was gay anyway. Yes, I'm very comfortable in my comfortable shoes, being the way that God made me. If indeed there is a God. I'm not entirely sure, but that's another subject completely.